Hi children, Teacher Mike here. In this video, I'm going to show you about the Hakea plant. The Hakea plant is a plant that is native to Australia and it's endemic to Australia. So that means it's from Australia, it was first grown there, and it's only found in Australia. And it's has a really beautiful flower. So I want to show you some pictures of what it looks like, and then I want to show you how we can draw it. And when we're drawing it, we can explore depth in our art, okay? So let me make my video a little bit smaller so you can see the picture. There we go. So I'm small now, and then right in the middle of the screen, this is the flower. This is the Hakea flower. It's really interesting looking. So it has these red parts right in the middle, and then it has these whitish, yellowish tendrils that come out of it. It almost looks like a pokey little ball. So this is a picture of the flower. And here's a picture of a whole bush. So it's kind of looks like a green bush with long green leaves most of the time. And then when the flowers bloom in the spring, this is what the bush looks like. So this one has lots of flowers blooming. And you can see they're in different stages of bloom. So when it first starts off, the flowers are mostly all pinkish reddish, and then the white yellowish tendrils start to show up. It turns more white and yellowish towards the end of the tendrils. So you can see some of these flowers are more all red and pinkish, and then some of them have the white tendrils that have taken over. So it's kind of, you can see how they grow and progress. Here's another picture of another bush. So you can see, oh, this one right in the middle. So this is probably the oldest flower because it already has the white and yellowish tendrils, whereas all the other ones are mostly pink and reddish. So, and also this is a great picture to look at the depth. So depth means like going forward and backward. So this flower right in the middle that has the white and yellowish tendrils, it's towards the front of the picture, and you can tell that because there's a branch behind it. There's a branch that you can't see part of the branch. That means the branch is behind it, right? And then if you look at these flowers in the top left in the background, they're a little bit blurry, and there's leaves in front of them. So that tells us that those flowers are further back because there's things in front of it, okay? Let me show you one more picture. This is just a close-up of just the flower so you can see it really well. So the flower is right in the middle and it's right in the front. And then behind it, you can see some leaves. We know that those leaves are behind the flower because the flower is blocking them, right? So if you look at my screen, let me make my video a little bit bigger. So let's say this is my marker and my hand is in front of the marker. The marker is behind my hand. And you know that because some of the marker, you can't see it. You can only see my hand, right? If it was this way and you can see all of the marker, then my hand is behind the marker. So if you're going to draw my hand in the marker like this, you would not draw all of my hand. The parts that the marker is covering up, you would not draw. So we're going to practice that with this Hakea flower. So let me make my video smaller again. So here's this flower, right? So I'm going to draw this flower right in the middle of my paper with the red and the pink, and then I'm going to have these whitish, yellowish tendrils coming off. I'm going to use a yellow color. It's hard to have white marker on white paper, so I'm going to use a light yellow color. And then after I'm finished drawing the flower, I'm going to add the stem off to the side. Then I'm going to add these leaves behind it, okay? And when I'm drawing the leaves, I'm going to make sure not to draw them where the flower is and make them disappear behind it. So this is going to be fun. Let me move my camera so that you can see my picture a little bit better. Okay, give me one moment. Here we go. Okay, so here's my paper. And I said I wanted to start off with that reddish, pinkish, right in the center, right? So I'm going to have my paper like this. So I have that reddish, pinkish right in the center. So I'm going to do squirrelies like this. This kind of helps give texture to the flower. So it's a little pinkish. So there's my pink, and it was a little reddish. So I'm going to add some red as well. Okay, so that's going to be the center of the flower. then it had those tendrils coming off. Since my paper's white, I'm going to use yellow so that it will show up. And those tendrils come off like this, right? There we go. And there are also some right in the middle. So I'm going to draw those too. I'm not going to be able to see them as much, but they're going to be there and it's going to help add texture to my picture. So the ones that are on the flower coming right at us, we can't see them as well. But if we draw little short lines for them, it helps us imagine what they would look like. So there's my flower. And then I'm going to have my stem coming off to the side. And my stem goes behind the flower because the stem connects up with the flower on the opposite side. So I'm going to make sure that it stops when I get to the side of the flower. Like that. There we go. So then we can imagine that the stem goes behind the flower and it connects up, okay? Let me color that in a little bit. Okay, good. Now I wanted to add those leaves that are behind it, okay? So the leaves, some of the leaves were just like coming down from the top of the picture, so I'm going to do that too. Okay, let me start here. So I'm going to start right where this pink line touches the white line, and I'm going to make sure not to touch the pink. I have to start right above it. There we go. Now do it on this side. There we go. And then there's like a line, there's a vein right down the center of this plant. There we go. Good. And then I'm going to have a leaf. I'm going to have a leaf coming from this side all the way underneath like that, okay? So again, I'm going to start where this pink line touches the white. Start there and come this way. Then I'm going to imagine that this line keeps going. It doesn't go, it goes behind the flower. And it's going to start again over here. Okay. Okay, now I need to get this other side. This one's going to be simpler because it's not going to touch the flower at all. So I just go like this. There we go. And then there's the vein right down the center. Oh, those veins might touch those tendrils. Make sure. Okay, there we go. All right. So this looks like this flower is in front of this leaf and it's in front of that leaf. Good. Okay, now I want to add another leaf. And this new leaf is going to be behind the flower and behind this leaf, okay? So I'm going to have it coming from the top, come all the way down. So I'm going to start right here, right where this pink line touches the white. Make sure not to touch the pink. Go right behind it. There we go. And then I'm going to follow this line, pretend it goes behind the flower, behind this leaf. And it curves like that. You see that? Okay, now we're going to go back up. And this leaf is behind this leaf we already have, so I have to stop. Imagine it keeps going. Come up here, pick it back up. There we go. Remember, I have that vein right in the middle. There we go. So it looks like this leaf I just drew is behind this leaf, and it's behind the flower. Let's do uno más, one more. So I'm going to have a leaf over here, and it will be behind the stem, and it will be behind this big leaf, okay? So let's have it come down like this. It's going to come like that. So let's start at the stem, and I'll go upward. Make sure not to touch the stem. Go right next to it. And come like that. This leaf is going to be a little bit smaller. And then I have my vein in the middle. There we go. So it looks like this leaf is behind the stem, okay? There we go. So I have my Hakea flower right in the middle, and then I have the leaves, and I can see the depth. Okay. I'm going to move my camera. So that's going to be the end of this video, and I hope you enjoy drawing your Hakea flower and the leaves and playing with the depth. So making sure some leaves are behind other leaves and some leaves are in front of others. So I hope you enjoy. Bye-bye.